The following video is proudly presented by MightyOxTrading. All information contained in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not financial or investment advice. Good evening and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Monday evening. Hope everyone's having a great day. Day 2 of being a funded trader. Day 1 went very well. 3 for 3 for $187 after commission. So now we start day 2. Oh. Hello, Mr. Higgles. So we'll look through and see how the markets are doing. Markets were rising during the day today. They rose up. See, NQ ended up with about a little over 300 points of range. Rising up. All the indices are rising up. Copper was rising up as well. Gold was falling hard. Crude was falling hard all day long to a low of 102.83. It's back up to 104. Natural gas came down as well. All the petroleum products. Hey Yolanda, how you doing tonight? UltraBond heading upwards. So we'll see what we can get tonight. It's been kind of a choppy night, it looks like. Up, back down, up, back down, up, back down, up, back down. Everybody look what's going round. Oh, hello Jimmy. Okay, do you mean the volume for the market or do you mean I'm too low? You can't hear me, Mr. Higgles. Yep, I made a little money today too. First day funded 187. That's okay, Mr. Higgles. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, we're definitely kind of choppy so far. We fell here at the first candle on NQ of the day. Fell by only 8 points. Looks bigger than it was. And it continued tumbling down for another 10 points. And it's just, I mean, this has been not much of a high. We just hit the high of the new session at 87. Low of the session is 63. So we're inside about 20 points of range since the open. It's I'm just gonna take what it gives me. If I get more than that, I get more. I'm not gonna press it. You know, I'm gonna use the same parameters I used. You know, the looking for $100 or so in profit, loss of $50 or so, for now at least. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how our volume was today. I mean, there was lots of great opportunities today. I mean, obviously, this is one of the longest signals I've ever seen on a 1 minute chart on the NQ. I got sent a long signal, and unfortunately I didn't take it, but I got sent a long signal here at 12:23 Eastern, and it lasted until 2:34. So it was over 2 hours that it just kind of grinded up for over 233 points. Usually there's a pullback somewhere in there that sends a opposite signal, and then you get the signal that continues up. So I mean, there was definitely some opportunities. Here was another one after the open. I didn't check the daily volume. Let's see. Daily chart. I, eh, yeah. So I don't know. See if it picks up any when the Asia markets come online. Uh, Not sure if you were still on when I talked about it this morning, Yolanda, but the first week of May is going to be popping. You have FMOC on Wednesday and non-farm payrolls on the Friday in that same week. So that should be a fun week. Short signal there. So we're coming back down. Yeah. Calendar here. Uh, First week here, May 4th, FMOC, May 6th, non-farm payrolls. So almost back-to-back big events that week. We need to get that 8 to 5 to be a memory. So I'm not sure what my strategy here so far tonight is. I guess I'm going to wait until see what happens at the top of the hour, because this is really small movements up and down, and playing two micros to play these up and downs isn't going to grab much more than a couple bucks. Wow, there's 16 people here already. It's like more people than the mornings. Welcome everybody. Yes, RSI with its own Bollinger Band. So, and what's interesting here, guys. Now, I've been watching the 1 hour chart now, and I'm gonna start using that a lot more. But if we look at this 1 hour chart on the sorry, I blew up the Nasdaq ES. Hold on, let me see what signal I just knocked down. Crude. Let me check that first. It's sideways. So there we go. Let's try that again. So look at this on the RSI down here. This big long candle down. It breaks the RSI's Bollinger Band just slightly. And on the 1 hour chart, almost every time that happens, we see that reversal. And it called that reversal perfectly. And if I would have jumped in there and just rode that up, I could have rode it up for 53 points on the ES. See, look over here. This is yesterday. Same thing. Broke that Bollinger. 4 candles reversal up. I'm going to start playing these reversal plays here. Another break of it just slightly, and it went 17 points down. So definitely going to start playing these reversal plays and trying for bigger moves. More on the gauntlet account for now, but UltraBond probably has like no volume right now. Yeah, UltraBond is kind of like dead. I mean, except for this one candle. But on that same token, with that 1 hour chart, look at this. This long signal here on the UltraBond, beautiful on the 1 hour chart. Could have wrote that up. And on this candle here, it broke the band and pulled down for well over a point. So we'll see what we can find tonight. I'm watching all the 1 hour charts for signals of like every different asset. Crude again. This time sending a short signal. Last night on the Gauntlet account, I actually let a trade run overnight, which is something I very rarely do. But last night we got this short signal here on Crude, and I pulled back. I didn't take it there, but then once it hit, kind of bounced off the SMA line, I just jumped in. I kind of let it roll overnight. I did put a trailing stop on it, so I didn't get a lot out of it because it pulled back, hit the trailing stop, and then continued to go. But if I had just taken a trade right here at 110.04 and wrote it down just all day, that would have been a $7,000 trade. And Mr. Higgles, you should know, you should be warned, or whatever the word is I'm trying to say. Starting next week, all my evening streams are going to be over on ShareVision. So if you want to continue joining me in the evening, you're going to have to come over there. I'm going to be doing all morning streams on Yahoo? Oh my god. YouTube and Twitch, and all evening streams over on ShareVision. The link's in the video description here. There's the top of the hour. Nothing's knocking our socks off yet. Well, I guess maybe partially it's because I'm not wearing socks. So NQ, this short signal, would have gone 7 or 8 points so far. Oh, that was an interesting candle there on crude. Look at that. Popped up 15 ticks. Fall all the way back. So far, not seeing anything I really like here. Volume does suck, to put it lightly. Crude trying to push up what it looks like. Continue downward momentum on AS and Q. Hello, John. I'm doing very well. Thank you. How are you doing? Yes. Did my first funded trading earlier today and last night. 3 for 3 so far, up $187 on the newly funded account. Hey, Walt. Doing good. How are you? Yeah, it's been going well. So far, so good in the funded area. 10% of the way to the TCP goal of moving up to the next level, the 50K. Great job, John. Yeah, I had every indicator telling me about the that run that was coming, and yet I didn't do anything with it. Today was actually a pretty easy trading day. Yeah, I looked back on it, in the morning, wishing I had taken more trades. This was the big run. Good job, Higgles. But morning, if I looked back on it and charted it out, the first signal would have been good for 30. And we had a little bit of chop here. I probably would have got chopped out on one or two of those. But this move up here off the open would have been beautiful. And then we would have got three straight moves of 30 points, 30, 30, 30. So I could have really cleaned house even before, oh, then another 30. So could have cleaned house even before the huge run. Their short signal would have been half decent. Let's see how far it's gone. It's gone 14, so it would have went close to the 15. It's probably still going to head down. So it's the first missed opportunity of the night. I thank everyone for joining me in this Monday evening. Big crowd here. If you're here from YouTube, love for you to hit that thumbs up button for me to help the YouTube algorithm. Hey, John, how you doing? So yeah, would have hit our, well, it hasn't hit yet, but almost at the 15 profit target. So we'll wait for our next opportunity. Gold's kind of sideways. UltraBond's kind of sideways. I appreciate that very much. So for those that weren't with me in the morning, the TCP and the Gauntlet Mini are on two different rhythmic logins, unfortunately. And since I can't be on two rhythmic logins at the same time on NinjaTrader, I did start using Quant Tower. So you'll start seeing Quant Tower if I'm trading on the Gauntlet account. See here, I actually kind of like it. It actually shows me the tape and such. You actually see how slow NQ is right now by hardly anything coming across the bid and ask and the time and sales. A little burst, but morning that thing's really going. Quant does have a DOM and time of sales, time and sales. Right here's the bid and the ask. It's very, I really kind of like the platform. Uh, yes, I believe it might be Yolanda. I'm not sure I've ever hit 20 at a time here on the evening stream. Uh, Burrow, yes. First day was 187 positive, 3 for 3. Today's day 2. Now I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Nothing happens when I click the DOM. But the chart's right next to it, so. Hey, Stephen Lee. Unusual for you to be here in the evening. How you doing? Glad there's a lot of people here to talk because there's like absolutely nothing happening right now in the markets. Crude did move up nicely there though. Wow, Crude really moved up there nicely. It was about a 60-point run up there. I mean 60 tick, sorry. Um, it rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you any details on it, John. Or Burl. Burl I call John because that's his real name. So I'm trying not to mix up the two Johns. Sorry about that. How did I do, Burl? Are they like? Give me a rundown on them. They like the really cheap ones or something like that. Small exchange. Interesting. How much? I mean, did they get enough volume to move and stuff? Welcome, welcome, everybody. We're now up to 23 people here. Wow. So NQ and ES, they cough. NQ and ES pulling down today. Now maybe giving back some of those gains from the big move up, filling in a gap a bit. I always hate trying to get back in a trend when it's trending. That made no sense. In a trend when it's trending. Anyway, I always hate it because I always feel like as soon as I get in, that's where it's going to stop. Cool. Keep me updated on that. Might be something I'm interested in at some point. Just to add a little, I don't know, experience, I guess. Stephen Lee, you're going to get it. You know, it sucks blowing a funded account, but lots of people, I think just about every trader is blowing an account, whether it be a funded account or a personal account or something. It happens. You just gotta, learn from it, and you're gonna get there. And you're one, sometime you're gonna get that funded account. You're gonna keep it, and you're gonna be withdrawing money from it regularly. So we're at tight ranges on everything. NQ is actually at its low of the session now, but it did bounce. Well, it hit the low of the session and bounced up to the SMA. The regular party here tonight. So we're waiting for some opportunities. Yep, always trade smaller if you can. I mean, it's very hard to blow up an account with one or two micros. So start there and build up the confidence. Especially if you blow up a funded account, just start off with the micros and build it up a little bit first, and then as your confidence grows, go back to the minis. I admit, micros can suck at times because, last night I started testing out that these 1 hour charts and signals. So I went with one micro crude and I saw it drop like 70 ticks. And that was like $70. But I'm thinking, my God, if I had done that with a regular crude contract, that'd been 700. But still, I'm just starting to play with that strategy, so it didn't call for going with a regular size contract. And remember, if you're doing it on earn to trade, always in an evaluation, always ask for live commissions if you're going to trade micros. So there's definitely been opportunities here. Um, Crude oil's going up a full $1,000 here. We're seeing some decent volume. Usually, you don't see decent volume on. Wait, how did? On natural gas in the evening, but that's heading up as well. Just get some more volume coming in at top of the hour. Second Q wants to continue coming down. Gold sent that long signal there is going up. You get that out of the way. Yeah, it's going up 14 ticks as well. For me, I assume you mean me and not Steven. My setup basically is, uh, my main setup is, let me blow up the NQ chart. I'm watching for these signals, these long and short signals. They're labeled buy and sell, but it should be long and short. And then once that fires, then I start looking at where things are at the chart, where the Bollingers are, and where the SMA is. I do have VWAP on here as well, and I look at that as well at times. So the first thing is the signal. The second thing is where it's at in the chart. So like this one was already starting to. We saw the bands curling down. It wasn't. It just crossed the SMA, so that would have been a good signal. This one would have been a good signal, but I wouldn't have taken this one because it was touching that third Bollinger. So that one would have been out. This one would have been out. This one, I don't know. We had the uptrending bands, the uptrending SMA, so I probably would not have taken that one, but it might have faked me out. It's based on an ATR multiplier. It's a called super trend. It's a ATR period of 10, an ATR multiplier of 2.2. Now the other thing I'm starting to look at is a 1-hour chart. Let me bring up this S&P chart here. And if you see down here, this is an RSI with its own Bollinger Bands. And on a 30-minute or a 1-hour chart, almost any time the RSI goes outside of the Bollingers, it's a reversal. You see here, it did on this candle, and it reversed. Here, did on this candle, reversed. This candle, reversed. So I'm starting to watch that, as well as just the signals on the 1-hour chart tend to be very good. I've noticed this. I had totally ignored higher time frames, but the signals end up being very good for bigger moves. Back testing on the 1-minute chart with those signals of ones that I would take. The win rate tends to be anywhere between 55 and 65%, with a 1.5 to 1 or 2 to 1 risk to reward. I have like 20 weeks of data. I haven't been doing the spreadsheets lately because I'm trying to find time to do everything and failing. But 20 weeks of data on these signals, they tend to be very good. You see, I have the RSI on the and Bollinger's on the 1-minute charts as well. I don't follow them as closely, but you can see they do often work. Like here, broke and then pulled back by like 5 points. Broke here and pulled back as well. But the smaller time frames can send more false signals as well. Crude pulling back a bit. Steven, yeah, it was real easy. Let me bring that up for you quick. Uh, look at the very top of the screen here where my mouse pointer's at. You can see the rhythmic thing here. You just hit that, and then you just hit rhythmic and put in your data credentials. That's it. Yeah, there was what I was doing is on the weekends I would go back. This is how insane I am. On the eight products I watch, I would go and back test the entire week, all 22 hours of all 5 days, and test the signals, that I would take, and then mark them off of how many wins and how many losses and how many break evens. That's why I've been getting so mad at myself for not, because I would so often talk myself out of taking the signals, and I still do that, but now I do it less, so now I'm having more success. That's been my biggest change in the last month, is I stopped having so much fear of loss, fear of, what happens if it turns against me type of thing. So here, you can see how on NQ here, this morning, that was a big one. But I marked off the ones I didn't take all these. I only took one trade this morning, but like this was, from the time I was on stream this morning, that would have been a 30-point winner off that signal. These signals would have been bad, and I would have got chopped out on one and would have stayed out of it. Which also means I actually would have missed this big move up unless I decided to jump in, and which I didn't. This is off the open. The open usually scares me. This signal would have been a 30-point winner of the 15-point stop. 30-point winner, the 15-point stop. 30-point winner, the 15-point stop. And 30-point winner, 15-point stop. This one actually stopped. I did take this one and stopped me out. So not including the big one here, which also obviously would have worked. One loss, win, 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 win on those uh, last 5 signals there after the open. So 80% win rate there with a 2-to-1 risk to reward. And see, I'm always been a very analytical guy. I see patterns. I love numbers. So I always felt like I was going to get this eventually. It's all a mental thing. Yeah, 15 by 30. In the evening, I run I run a smaller one. I run 15 points in the evening with a 7.5 point stop loss. Sometimes I'll do a 10 if things are moving more in the evening. But like, right now we've been choppy. I didn't take this signal because of this choppiness. But this was a good signal. Would have got 15 points. Would have only needed a 5 point. I mean, wouldn't have probably needed any stop loss, but I would have ran a 7.5. Once I get more of a cushion, I might want to, because one of my other bigger problems is probably half my losses stop me out and then go my way. So using a slightly bigger stop is probably, more advantageous. Using either the ATR line or like the high, the previous high of the move or whatever, or even the previous candle. But right now I'm just running my normal this two to one. Some assets I do less than 2-to-1 just because they seem to be better if you don't try and get 2-to-1. Gold. Here. Oh, I had erased all my data. Oh, there. Here, 1 second. Here you can see this is the spreadsheets I was keeping a few months back, marking off each day at different, even trying out different profit targets, the stop losses, or different times of the day. And you can see like this week here on Crude, it would have been 64.27, 5 break even. NQ 65.29 and 3, 50.24. So this is what I was doing. I would spend the entire weekend tracking this. I mean, sometimes I'll try and keep up with it during the day, but I also got to work and stream and all this other stuff. So the signals are very good. I mean, obviously, back testing it's a lot easier. So I try to be very hard on myself when I'm back testing. If I think there's any chance that might have faked me out, and I would have taken the trade. I usually will actually add a few losses onto the numbers just because, when you're analyzing something in real time versus backtest, like this one, looking at it, there's no way I should take that. But maybe after seeing this come down like this, I would have said, gonna continue to come down some, and I would have taken it. So I'll add, a few losses onto the numbers just so I can be more real with myself and not, you know, lie to myself that that it's better than what it is, because that doesn't help at all. That's why, I admit that there was a couple times I came close to quitting. And honestly, if I hadn't built this community and was doing the live streaming thing, I might have. But there was always a part of me that felt like something was going to finally click, because I saw the numbers, I saw that this should work, and that it was 100, 99% mental on my part. You know, there are days that it seems like the markets are just against me, where you know there's three signals that I don't take that would have worked, and then I take a signal that doesn't. And it's like, oh man. Now that whole these signals, they usually work well, but they break down when we're in range, and that's where you got to start being careful. Like right here, if I would have just taken every signal willy nilly, then I would have got chopped out big time. Uh, sure. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Yeah, I can do that, bro. As long as you remember that I've been a funded trader for all of one day. I mean, I could blow the account tomorrow. No, honestly, I mean, the one thing I'm proud of, I struggled a little bit at the beginning of the TCP, where, like, for the first 2 weeks or so, I never went more than $200 up, but I also never went more than like $200 down. It was, uh, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. But I was kind of proud of the fact that I never went more than like I think 250 was the biggest drawdown I had. So need to hire Yolanda as my publicist. Yeah, feel free to drop the link to your podcast, uh, Burl. If it doesn't let you, send it to me on Discord, because I know it'll let me post it. Sometimes YouTube blocks links. I don't think I have link blocking up, but I know people had trouble before. Drop both. Yeah, go ahead and do both. Getting a long signal and in Q here. We are above. This is where I do look at this RSI Bollinger. We're above that band, so I'm going to hesitate. We are right above that last push up, though. At 14,967. We're already a little bit above there, but we did hit the band here as well. So I'm going to wait on this and see if it moves first. Long signal did go away and then came back for this next candle. We're going to find our chart, be ready to roll if it decides it wants to go. Crude also sending a signal, MNQ sending a signal. Solid light blue line is the SMA. Oh, down here, just the 70 and 30 lines on the RSI. If that's what you meant. So, 5 seconds on this candle. Nope, wrong parameter. Crap. 15.7. Ah. No, not 3, 2. Get rid of this. Put a red there. Let's see if it pops back up green, and then we'll jump in. Oh, on the chat? I don't see it. Send it to me on Discord, please, Burl, and I'll post it. Okay, we're filled on MNQ. Let me know if those links came through, guys. Excellent. ES sending a long signal there. Ooh, whoa, baby, yeah. Where'd that come from? Big bursts up are not always your friend. Often it rejects down on the next candle. Did hit that Bollinger, pulling back, pulling all the way back down. I almost thought of closing it right there. And maybe I should have. We'll see if this continues up from here, though. But that might be a reversal. We're going to move our stop up just a bit because of that, right up to the SMA line. And let's see if this is a reversal. That burst up 8 points. Looked so much bigger than that. Um, Fortunately, bro, I stream every night. Is there any time? I don't suppose there's any daytime or weekend opportunities, is there? So here, this is what I was afraid of. Pullback. Let's see if it bounces on the SMA line. Awesome, sounds good. See if we bounce back up. Looks like it's trying. Eh, I'm only running at this point a 5 point risk on this. So if I get stopped out, it's 20 bucks. And there we're back to green. Now I do have an NQ chart up on TradingView and an MNQ chart up on here, so seeing a little bit difference in the candles. It's interesting actually. There we go. So now we got some movement up again. Let's see if we continue grinding up here. High of that big wick was 14,976. So we're 4 points off of that. Kind of sideways. So this profit target might be a bit high. Although it's right above where it started coming down before, so it wants to come all the way back up. But we'll watch. It's coming back down now. I'm starting to agree with Higgles. I don't like it. SMA line's continuing to curl up though. Gold sending a signal. We're now no longer in profit. So it tried two bursts up and was knocked back down. So let's see if it bounces here in the SMA. Gold's trying to go short here. It kind of did the opposite thing at the same time. It burst down and then reversed. Now it's trying to come back down. We did touch the SMA and bounce back up. And back down. The SMA once again. See if it comes through. There it does. And sends us a short signal. And did not stop us out yet. Well, I think they just got within one tick of my stop and came back up. 3 ticks. Still looks like it's going to come down and hit me though. The YouTube chat got real quiet all of a sudden. Uh, Thomas, for live futures data, it's a $4 subscription. So the SMA line's still headed upwards. Bands are closing. Sorry to hear that, Yolanda. It's trying to curl back up here, maybe, possibly, hopefully. I'm not on Pro Plus. I'm just on Pro. You might need one of the paid, like the cheapest one. I would think. I don't think you need. I don't think I'm on the $29 one, so I don't have Pro Plus. Oh, there we go. Stopped out. First loss of the funded account. Yep, took a $21.50 loss there. I'm devastated, I tell you. I'm devastated. I think tonight's going to be very hard to trade, honestly. It's giving me this one good signal so far. This one just, I mean, I could have popped it for 20. It's a night like tonight that I wonder if doing one regular contract would be better. I hate that risk of only being able to do 5 points of risk, but in this case I would have got, a quick burst up from, but it's just very hard to trade tonight, I think. Yes, Thomas, NFP Friday. And Friday, yeah, reminder everybody, Friday, I am doing an all-nighter starting at 2 p.m. I'm sorry, 2 a.m. Eastern time. I am going to trade the London session, and then I'm going to trade non-farm payrolls, and then I'm going to trade the cash open, a 9.5 hour stream starting 2 a.m. Eastern Friday morning, going through about 10:30 a.m. It's going to be a fun time as long as I stay awake. Yes, I'll be doing my 10-10. Haven't decided which account yet. That's probably do it on the gauntlet, honestly, because I do the testing that me and Matt. He's not here tonight. It's interesting. Matt LaRocco found is that the micro NQ on that gets terrible, terrible slippage. You know, he did a test on with micro last time when I did regular NQ. He did micro, and he got like 23 points of slippage on the fill. So probably stick with the gauntlet on that, and yeah, I'm playing caffeine. Trying to figure out when I want to nap the day before. I decided to do it on Friday because I can sleep in Saturdays and Sundays as long as I can actually sleep. So the short signal, it looks like NQs, maybe the short signals might be working better than the longs, which kind of maybe makes sense. So see how far this one goes down. It's kind of playing with the curvature of the band. I also need to work on finding something to put in that big blank spot at the upper right-hand corner. I really hate that there's no dashboard on the funded accounts. I'm also trying to figure out that night if I should break the stream into 2 parts or even 3 parts. Not sure how well YouTube does with a 9.5 hour stream. Streamlabs. ES. So ES is just firing a short signal now. That's kind of interesting. Well, for some reason on Streamlabs, it doesn't pick up NinjaTrader's windows. Like, when I try to do a window capture on NinjaTrader, it picks up like, the only thing it offers to pick up is like one chart. So I can't figure out why. It's okay, cool. Thank you, Yolanda. Sounds good to me. As long as my internet doesn't decide to give me any issues. There's a possibility I could bring up RTrader Pro. I believe that can show a balance. I'll have to play with that this weekend or sometime. I don't have much free time to fiddle with things during the week between trading and streaming and still working for money during the day. It's like, ugh. That's okay, Thomas. Streamlabs is very similar to OBS, so I think they use the same basic engine. Streamlabs is a little less. I've played with Streamlabs a little bit. It's a little less intuitive, but yeah, I'll get it figured out eventually. I just haven't had the time. Hello, Forex Trading Watchdog. Oh. Oh, sorry, I missed your question. I was like, what about slippage? It's the rhythmic data. It's the earn or trade. Well, actually, it was just Ninja Trader's sim, the sim that comes with Ninja Trader, but on the rhythmic data feed. And it was MNQ, but it was on the FMOC, right? The FMOC announcement where it bursts up like 20 points or like 50 points in 4 seconds. I developed a strategy where 5 seconds before a major news event like non-farm payrolls or FMOC, on NinjaTrader it plots an order 10 points above and 10 points below an NQ. That way, if it bursts up either way, it grabs the order and goes. Now that was also, unfortunately, that time was also at a time when contracts were rolling, so the volume was also split between the March contract and the June contract. So there was even less volume than normal. So, because what happened, Forex, are you hearing me? I've been talking about it. It was not. It's the rhythmic data feed through Earn the Trade. It was just on that. It was on this pop. Let me go back and look here. Oops. It was back here on the 16th. That sounds right. 14th, 16th. What day was that? All my days right. Yeah, 16th. Basically, well, I'm on ES, but wrong day, wrong chart. Yeah. I mean, I did regular NQ and I was fine. I nailed $390 in 4 seconds. I could have got a lot more, but I chickened out. And NQ was fine. Or I was nine. I can't remember non-farm payrolls. One of the ones I did lose on didn't work for me. But either way, yeah, 23 points of slippage was amazing. This did not go anywhere near 15 points so far. This is definitely a tough night to trade. Rhythmic does have issues, especially in high volume situations. And it's actually interesting here in Quant Tower, it actually shows me the lag on Rhythmic. Like right now it's 0 microseconds, but I've seen it as high as 50. And I'm not sure if that's Rhythmic or if that's something with my internet connection. Right now it's 0. But earlier today I was seeing 50. Now I'm seeing 20, 30. And now it's definitely not a high volume time. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see this or not. Up in the very top here on the Rhythmic, right where I have my cursor, I'm not sure how easy it is to see for you guys. It's small for me, but it says right now just switch to 20 ms. Yeah, I did see 50 earlier. Have a good night, Forex. 30. Right now it's going between 0 and 30. 22. Um, this is I only started playing with it last night. I like it so far, but I'm forced to have two different systems running now because the Gauntlet's on a different data feed than the um, TCP. So unless I want to keep switching, I need to have both up. I like the fact that um, Quant Tower has time and sales. I used to like reading tape when I was trying to learn to trade stocks. I'm really rusty at it. I'm not sure anyone could read the NQ tape during a busy time, but yeah, so far I seem to like it. I haven't figured out how to do ATM orders yet, or if there is a way. I would like to figure that out. Yeah, I don't have the spare money to pay for anything extra yet. Working on that, obviously. So I mean, if all I can do is enter orders so far, that's what I'll do. Then I'll switch over to NinjaTrader for like the 1010 because I had the Gauntlet account on Quant Tower and TCP on NinjaTrader right now. Crude, being crude. Crude, big candle up there, 50 ticks, pulling back. A C again. Once again, I don't pay attention. Main reason I don't pay attention to it as much on the 1 minute chart is because it's so hard to react. You almost gotta be staring at each chart. But again, big move up, broke those bands on the RSI, and you see this pullback. Also, of course, broke the band and broke the 70 line. I always on a higher time frame chart. I call this an A plus, set up for a reversal. Forgot to check my 1 hour charts before the top of the hour. But it doesn't look like there's anything happening anyway. Oh, we actually got a short signal on the 5-year note. Looks like the others want to follow suit here. We'll watch that this hour, see if this one continues heads down. Never actually traded the 5-year note. I'm not even sure. Thank you. It's still trying to grind down here. Off that short signal that stopped us out earlier, it still would have only gone 6 points. So this is a very slow night. Crude sending us a short signal there, but right into the SMA line. So we wait, and maybe there won't be any more opportunities tonight, but we'll certainly continue to look for them. Long signal there. On gold, so far I would have only moved 3 ticks and 7 candles. Hey, Matt. Wonder where you were. It's a very slow night. Taking one trade, got stopped out for $21.50 in loss. I'm completely devastated and considering quitting. No. I wasn't gold all stop. That was a Russell earlier. No wonder it's so slow. That's just an ugly looking chart there on gold. It's sending a was sending a long signal there, but went away. Oh, see, I hate these. This happens sometimes when you have some slippage. Not really slippage, but the spread, I should say, and a candle opens and comes down. You can actually get a red candle with a long signal. That's an interesting signal, though. I do admit that. Bands are bending up. High of this wick up candle was 1923.7 or 1923.4. We'll watch that. It's moved down. You can actually see how big of a gap there was. That's how much spread there is right now in gold. This candle here closed at 23.5 and this one opened at 23.0. Wow, 5 ticks of spread there. Steven, not usually, but this Friday morning I am live on stream all night long. I'm probably gonna do a London session like once a month. I may always line it up with the non-farm payrolls Friday. So yeah, once again, reminder, this Friday, I'm insane, and I'm going to be streaming for 9.5 hours starting at 2 a.m. Eastern. So there's gold coming up. Let's find ourselves a gold chart. There's gold. Pulling back down. It's into the Bollingers. Me and Crude just been fighting lately, so I don't know. I'm going to try and get in on the bid on gold here. So let me do this. We're on Quant Tower here. You can see the bid is actually 2 ticks below, so we'll see if it comes back down. I don't really want to chase it. If it comes back down to fill me, I'll take it. Don't like, yeah. See, and there it just went without me. Yep, went without me. I don't remember how to kill this order. Oh, there. Okay. So gold ended up going without me there. Sometimes being afraid of the slippage costs you. What was that signal on Crude? This short signal? Yolanda? Or was there a long signal? I don't have an MCL chart up yet. Usually my CL chart does the same signals. So there we go. So that sucks. Put it frankly. Should have grabbed that long as soon as I fired. Speaking of Crude, sending a long signal here. Nice. Well, I just got a long signal myself. I said me and Crude have not been the best of friends. It could be me, it could be him. I don't know. Relationships are tough. There's Crude again, pulling back. Now it's trying. Let's try and mark it in. Market it in on crude oil. I need to set a stop. I forgot to do that. Oops. I don't know how to do that. Well, this is embarrassing. Oh, here we go. No. Well, we're just gonna watch while I try to figure this out. That's a little. Okay, we're heading up now on crude. Pull back down. Feel much better if I could figure out how to set a stop. I know. That's how I set a stop. Oh. There we go. Now we can set a stop. Limit. Ah, it's turning against me already. Let's just flatten it. Not worry about the stop. Oh, it bounced off the SMA. Hold on. We'll take the risk. 26. 25. This is a little cumbersome. I hope they fix that. I hope this is... We're gonna sell... Limit. There we go. Says the limit order was created. It was filled? I'm confused. I took a $30 loss. I'm not sure why. Did something wrong. So I took a $30 loss there, which could have been worse than what it... Then... I'm gonna have to... I'm gonna have to figure out how to play with this thing without causing me major problems. Not sure why that limit order filled. I put it in for 25 and it filled at 37. Weird. So at least it wasn't a major loss. I'm gonna have to play with Quant Tower to figure that out. So in the meantime, NQ did send a long signal, but it was in the bands and pulled back. You can see here, if I had jumped on this short signal here, we'll still be in that trade. Maybe? Oops. I don't think so, but... Also hate how when I bring up Quant Tower, every single chart that I've made pops up. That's another annoying feature. Order entry symbol mark Ozo says limit. Time in force good till canceled. Sell quantity 1 price. Placing strategy none. I could have done I guess maybe I should have done a limit if touched or market if touched. Not sure. Okay, I mean I'll have to figure it out. I'm not sure if I have a sim account on here or not. Anyway, well, it actually saved me because it now would have hit my stop anyway. So me and Crude still really aren't friends. This is a slow, grindy day, or night. Crude, I think, is now sending a short signal because it always needs attention. Now watch this short signal in Crude, and they're going like 100 ticks in 5 minutes because I'm not taking it. It's already gone 13 ticks. So copper's made a nice move here that I didn't notice. See it heading up here on the 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart. It's calling up 30 ticks. Oh yeah, look at that. And okay, so this short signal would have stopped us out if we had taken it. Never went more than 7 points. Took a copper here. I kind of was ignoring it because I had zero volume back here, but this long signal would be excellent. Gold's continuing to be sideways. Nothing happening. Watching the 30-minute and 1 hour. I almost said 30-hour chart. That would really be a long chart. So, as you can see, my missed opportunity there on gold. But we're taking that long signal there. This is our missed opportunity of the night, looks like. It's gone up 3 points here. Yep, look at that. Yeah, me and Crude, we're gonna fight. It's gone down about 27 or 30 ticks down off that short signal. Gonna fight. I tell you, we're gonna fight. Now it's kind of consolidating. So Matt, are you trading tonight, or you still have Ninja Trader closed? Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I guess my time on the NQ is just seems to be more intuitive. Where oh, on NQ it just gives me the option of buy limit, buy market if touch, stop limit, stop market, so on and so forth. So I didn't even think about that there was a different order. I don't even know what I mean. Like on NQ, I mean I'm sorry on yeah. You know, order type. I'm seeing something somewhere on one of these placing strategy. Iceberg. What the heck's an iceberg? I mean, I've heard of the term, but I mean, I, time split. What the heck is a time split? So I got sponge to learn about Quant Tower if I'm going to continue using it. Oh, big move there up on NQ. Maybe not. Wow, I say big move up, and that's how slow we are. That's a 1 point candle. Oh no, okay, I was looking at the wrong candle. Okay, I thought it was bigger than 1 point. It's 5 points up. Off this long signal, so this short signal back here would have stopped us out here. Smart money would have got out here. See, this hit the band, so I wouldn't have taken this anyway. Would have waited for the pullback at least. It's just a hard night to trade. Except for gold. This is our missed opportunity. I need to make a missed opportunity graphic like the money graphic. Alright, Matt, thank you for going back and looking at that. I absolutely hate looking or listen. I don't mind watching my own videos, but I hate listening to myself. I absolutely hate my voice. So it looks like NQ is going to go here or try to push up. It's above, well, it's just about hitting this high over here, 76. Hit the high 77 and pull back. Ooh, excuse me. I just don't understand why you're keeping Ninja Trader closed. You don't want to trade this slow grind. Yep, you should never go to bed angry. Not at your spouse and not at your futures. No spouse here, so it's just me and crude oil. Copper trying to pull back. Q's making this nice move up now. Would have got 15 points off of this move. Gold pulling back a bit. So off this long signal here, like I said, I wouldn't have taken it because those are the bands. But if I would have taken it once it pulled back and stayed out of the bands, it's just hit the 15 points there. Slow as molasses on a January morning. And, ooh, big move up there. So we're, ooh, that's actually interesting, guys. We're almost at yesterday's highs, which is 14,997. We're getting really close to breaking 15,000 here. See if we can get back above there and into 15,000. We were at 15,000. It was the 10th of February. So over a full month. Got a feeling it's going to get there, if not now, then sometime in the morning or during London. It's amazing way these markets have shaken off inflation, have shaken off the interest rate hikes, have shaken off the war, and just continuing to grind up. Did make it's pulling back some now. Strong uptrending SMA line though. Gold's continuing to grind up. I swear a nuclear bomb can go off in the middle of Nebraska right now and the market would drop like a few hundred points and then but still finish the day green. Hold on. Oops, did that again. Give me a second. There was two options. Which one are you trying to connect to the... Hold on. Hello, Dave. I've passed the TCP. I have not passed the Gauntlet yet, Mini yet. Are you doing, Stephen Lee, are you doing demo or real? Yeah, it's the right one. You sure you're putting in the right credentials? Make sure you're disconnect. It automatically connected me to a different feed. I don't know if it's a SIM feed or whatnot, but make sure you're disconnected from any other feed. UltraBond. Yep, there's an NQ trying to come back up. Approaching 9:45 on the East Coast. I thank everyone for joining me tonight. Back here tomorrow morning. We'll be trading here for at least another 45 minutes tonight. Unless things really get boring. If you're here from YouTube, I would really appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to add you to the subscriber total. Hello, Stephen Lewis. Don't recognize your name. Welcome, if you're just joining us for the first time. NQ has gotten up to 91 4 different times, 91.50. Hasn't broken that yet. Yeah, I do agree that if it gets above 92, it's going to run. Probably up through 15,000. Copper coming down a bit. My voice got a little. Oh my. So, me and Crude. Yep. This is that short signal I said, watch, it's just going to go. And look what it's done. Look what it's done. It's only gone about 95 ticks. Yep. Me and Crude gonna fight. You know how hard it is to fight oil? It's so slippery. Remember, I do expect you all to laugh at my jokes. No matter how horrible they are. There you go. Okay. I pronounce Thomas and Matt the viewers of the night. Ah, glad you figured it out, Stephen. So it's kind of sitting here consolidating on NQ. Stephen Lewis was right. I probably should place an order on NQ, but we do see it's heading down to the SMA line now, and the bands are starting to get tighter. He is right that most likely, if it finally gets above 92, it's probably going to burst up to at least 15,000. Can I fight with Quant Tower and figure out how to enter a proper order there? Let's go fight with it and see. It's a good risk. I like it. I want a limit for 14, 992.50. Stop loss of 25 ticks. See if this works. Okay, so I screwed it up again. It immediately filled me again. Ugh. Guess I need to do a limit if touched. So we'll see if it bounces off the SMA here. So I'm in on an NQ trade that I didn't mean to be in, but... Oh. Well, there it goes up. Let's see if it can get ahead of steam and break that 992. Oh, and I need to find the chart that gets me out of the trade if I... That's not it. I do have a stop loss. Move that up some now. Move it up to below that candle. I'll try and find the right chart. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. What the heck? Okay, well. I don't think I have a SIM account on the Quant Tower, unfortunately. For some reason, I don't get SIM accounts on my on the trade account. I don't know why. Still can't get above that area. Once again, it hit 991.75. Oh, that's how you can close it otherwise. So we're back down to my entry. See if it bounces off the SMA again. No. No. I despise. I would rather use RTrader Pro than Finamark. Looks like it did reject down. It's at the SMA. It's only a 3-point. It's only a 3-point risk here. Okay, we're out of that trade. So Nope, couldn't break it. And now, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have got filled if I had set that order up right. I'm gonna have to watch a video at some point in time to figure this out. Thing is, I did it earlier today, or last night. Last night I set an order to fill. Unless maybe I did kind of fill, or I don't know. I'll figure it out at some point in time. Thinking it wants to do limit if touched instead of regular limit. That sounds right. Yeah, price, trigger price. There we go. So here, guys, this is what the order panel looked like if I hit limit if touched. Asked for quantity, a price, trigger price, and price. I'm not sure why it asked me for price 3 times, though. Or I can just do a market if touched. Which makes more sense, really. There, market if touched and the trigger price. So that's what I'll do. I don't know what the equal to is. I'll probably play with this on a micro later on, so I don't damage my account. And send us a short signal. Wow, look at all those signals that fire while I had it blocked with what, Quant Tower. Need another screen for just for Quant Tower. So it did come down to the upward trending band, so there's a good chance it does bounce here. Let's see if it bends the bands and comes down. It did try 4 different times to break 92 and then wasn't able to do it. ES trying to send a short signal there too. It's about approaching the top of the hour. Let me check my 1 hour charts to see if anything's special here. Nothing popping on the 1 hour. Stretching. Sorry about the grunting in your ear. I try and catch up on some sleep tonight. Woke up 2 hours early and couldn't fall back to sleep this morning. And Saturday night I couldn't sleep, didn't fall asleep until after 6. That's normally my day that I catch up on sleep. And I have an all-nighter coming up in a couple of days, so I need to try and catch up some sleep somewhere. Gold dropping down here, 8 ticks down. NQ curled back up to the SMA line there. Off that short signal. So that short signal, low of that move there was 83, no, 81.75. If we get back down there, I might be interested, see if it wants to go back short. Thanks, Matt. Have a good night. See you tomorrow morning. YouTube in the morning, Yolanda, and Share Vision in the evening. That's what I was thinking too. I have the chart ready. I want to see it get back below this 981.75 where it popped back up. Waiting to see. I think ES is already sending me. Well, ES is trying to send a short signal there as well. I got a chart ready. Ah, finger on the trigger. Ooh, oh, just kind of a little burst down there. Jumping in there. Hopefully I didn't jump in late. See, I should have set an order there. See if I jumped in too late. We're gonna move the stop just to the SMA line. Green candle here. There's some red coming back down. We're looking for 63. Let's check our support and resistance. We consolidated a bit right here, which is around 67 to 70. So we'll watch that. I also have a 200 period EMA sitting at 69. Slow bobbing. Try to see if I could get the time in sales from Quant Tower. Hanging right around my entry point right now. Someone poke it with a stick and tell it to do something. Loud train. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. Crude trying to send the signal. This must be a reversal up because it was just bleeding down. Oh, no, wait, it's another short signal? Oh, I missed the long signal. Of course I did. 63 up to 88 would have been nice to catch. And Q, just sideways here. Hopefully it's sideways before a nice burst down. Kind of, SMA line's kind of coming down to try and meet the price action. Meet price action. Hmm, nice little move down there. We're up $2, which is $1.60 after the 80-20 cut. Raul. Hmm. Now I had seen that time in sales, but I never. Actually, I could never figure it out. Oh, instruments. There we go. Let's try this. What? Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Thank you, Raul. Back to my entry point. My stop's now well above the SMA line. Well, 4 points if you consider that well above, but with this price action, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I think I got you. Okay, cool. Excellent. Thank you. What's that pink on there, I wonder? Hello, Damien. Mentorship? Uh, not really. Um, how new are you to trading? I mean, do you have experience trading, or are you brand new? Are you new to futures? What's your experience level? And no need to call me sir. Just Ox is fine. Heading down here nicely now. Or it was until I said that. I need to be quieter when I say that. Have you been trading stocks, futures, forex, crypto? What have you been trading? Another little burst down there. Definitely a slow grind. We're still well above our profit target. If forex is more your thing, I have a friend that stops in here that he's a forex guy. I've never really messed with forex. He has his own Discord server. You could probably learn some stuff from him. If you're interested in futures and getting, trying to get funded where you don't have to risk your own capital, which is what I do. I'm funded with Earn to Trade, and thus I trade with their money. And we can certainly, help you out, get you started in the right direction there. So, crawling back up to the SMA line, or trying to. My entry is still below the SMA line. This is just grinding sideways. Understandable. What were you trying to trade in the past? Like what assets, like NQ, ES, crude, gold, etc. And have you just been live trading, or have you been trading in a simulator? We're just totally staying in this 77 area. Don't like this grind over to the SMA line. Oftentimes a grind to the SMA line means it's gonna kind of cross over and head up. Well, I definitely suggest, well, first of all, sim trading, definitely until you find your edge, and using micros at first. Okay. I mean, it's up to you where you want to, put your focus, or if you want to try and do both. Like I said, I can definitely, if you're a Discord user, I can definitely tell Jake about you, and he'll probably let you in his Discord. He likes to call out signals and stuff as well. If you're interested in futures, if you can, you know, do you have a specific strategy, or are you looking for a strategy, or my voice is getting raspy, I apologize. Did you figure out, something that you liked to look for entries, etc.? Nice move down there again. Low of this move, 74. I think we just hit that again. We did. Seems like it's having trouble getting through 74. Um, Burl, it's slow, very slow. But I'm in a trade now, up 4 points. So, kind of playing with the bands here, seeing if it can bend these bands. Probably streaming for another 20 minutes or so, unless something really exciting happens. Yes, Burl, this coming Friday, April 1st, starting at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, going to trade London session, non-farm payrolls report, and the cash open about 9.5 hours. Stephen Lee, yes, I am. Um, Damien, I mean, you're welcome to try and learn the strategy and the indicators I'm using. I definitely, I mean, I don't want to consider myself a mentor or anything because while I am a funded trader now, I don't consider myself 100% consistent yet. But, we were talking earlier that my back testing on my strategy does really well. Most of my problems are, psychology in nature. But you're welcome to, learn what I do and see if that works for you. Or this these streams do have a bunch of different traders in, and they often talk about their different strategies. So you're welcome to pick up something from somebody else as well. Yeah, it should be fun as long as I don't fall asleep. It should be fun, but I am relying on people to help keep me awake. So I better get a few people that come through, throughout the night. Just trying to push down again. Can it? Can it? Can it? Has trouble getting through this 74 area. Got down to 73.50 earlier. There's 73.75. Buyers immediately come in at 73.75. Good question. I've been working on a video that explains the indicators and my strategy and the tools I use for the last 3 weeks. Half of it's done. I keep saying each weekend I'm going to get the other half done. I haven't gotten it done yet. I'm going to try and get it done this week. I do want to get a website as well, but I haven't yet done that either because, I'm still having to spend time earning money from other things besides trading. This darn work stuff gets in the way of my trading. Um, I mean, I don't have a Discord server of my own, but I do hang out in the Earn to Trade Discord. Oh, honestly, I do more than hang out. I'm a mod there. And there's a lot of good traders there that will absolutely help you with different strategies as well if you're interested. There's one guy there that does wonderful with supply and demand. Stephen Lee, good question. I really hope this weekend, but I can't be sure because I might be spending all day Saturday sleeping. But I'm gonna shoot for this weekend. If not, definitely next weekend. Damien, let me get you the link for the Earn to Trade Discord. It sometimes pops up in Nightbot, but I'll get you the link for it. I don't remember how. Invite people. There we go. No, that's not what. Oh yeah, there we go. Copy. Earn to Trade Discord link. I encourage everyone to join the Earn to Trade Discord, even if you're not with Earn to Trade. They welcome everybody. Like I said, I'm a mod there. We have some fun there, talking and about the markets and sometimes other stuff. That's definitely my goal, Burl. And Yolanda, you need to get there as well. We need to all get rid of these JOBs or whatever you want to call them, this earning money thing that doesn't come from trading. But yeah, come on over to the Earn to Trade Discord. So we're now up, got through 74 finally, and 73. We're down to 72. We're down to 71. So we're up about 7 points, about halfway to my profit target. Wondering if my profit target might be a little too advantageous. Yes, folks, I just used advantageous in a sentence. Hello, Justin. No, I'm on the live sim, so no data fees yet on the live sim. Once I reach $1,750 in profit on the live sim, then I'll need to move to live, and at that point I'll be paying data fees. Have a good night, Damien. We'll talk again, I'm sure. Email notifications need to go away. Yay for spam. Get away. Thank you. Yeah, on the live sim, you don't have to pay data fees because you're still technically paper trading, even though you get the profit, you actually get real profit from it, and you also still have the advantage of the end of day drawdown instead of the constantly trailing. Looks like a little bit of a reversal candle there. Let's see how far we come back up. I'm gonna move my stop to break even at this point. I've considered cutting this trade because at this point I did take a loss earlier of 21.50. If I cut it here, I'll be back to just about break even after commission. We've been in this trade for about 1 day short of forever. Um, Justin, I'm not sure how that works exactly. I don't have a personal account at all right now. ETT is the only place I trade. So I don't know how that affects personal accounts. I'm thinking you are supposed to be consider yourself pro everywhere, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's hard to find that sweet spot where you can constantly, have enough to be a full-time trader. Let's try to push down again here. That's why I'm really starting to look at these 1 hour strategies with these bounces and revert bounces off the RSI's Bollinger and etc. Really nice move down here. 10 points in the profit. We're shooting for 63. Will it get down there? My trailing stop is trailing now in the profit. Ooh, copper just went blood red as well. UltraBond and Crude. So it seems like something just lit a fire under the market. Well, actually, that'd be a bad thing. Let's see, can we get the last 4 points? Is it going to torture me here? Lots of signals firing. Let's get our time and sales out of the way here. Gold trying to come down. It's struggling at 66. Let's look back here. 65. We did consolidate a little bit. Still consolidating a bit there. See if we can break on through to the other side. Russell sending a short signal. So we're 3 points away from my profit target. Trying to see if I get that last 3 points. I mean, part of me just says cut it. Part of me says, we're going to get it. Another part of me says, why are you talking to yourself in front of a whole bunch of people? We are going to move our trailing down to the top of this big red candle. That locks in 5 points of profit. Which obviously isn't a lot in micros. But it's enough to get us back to break even, just about. We'll start the morning fresh tomorrow, either way. Gold came with a short signal, then a long signal. This is where the signals can be a little wonky at times. You've got to definitely filter them out. Another push down, seeing 67s and 66s on the tape. Hey Lennox, how you doing, buddy? Uh, 66. Hey, let's do this. How you been? Where you been? How you doing? One of you two tell NQ to give me 2 more points. Uh, finished the first day funded 3 for 3. I've lost 1 trade tonight for 21 bucks. Where I'm up 48 on this one. Looking to get 3 more points. Let's do this though. CME, once you go on a live account that like earn the trade, it puts you on at a certain level. You're considered a professional trader. If you're trading with someone else's money on a live account, you're considered a professional. I'm just going by what the CME labels it. They consider it, because you have to pay data fees. They call it professional versus non-professional data. NQ will not give up this last few points. So where you been? Let's do this. Has everything been okay? I wasn't trying to. I'm just going by what CME says. How they label things. Sideways here, looking for the last couple points. Oh, I won't pry. Let's do this, but I hope everything's getting better. Whatever the problem was. Continue to move my stop down here. It's right to the SMA line. It's also right at an EMA line. A lot of lines. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I have no doubt that you can get it rebuilt. Completely sideways for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles since that big move down. Yep. Make sure to use CFT's code so you get the best discount. My voice is raspy tonight. I'm not sure why. Oh. And just trying to push down again. Just can't get through that 65 area now. Come on, 2 more points. Really? I mean, I could close it here for 52. It's only $8 difference, but it's the spirit of the thing. I move my trailing stop, or I move my stop way up now. I'll let it decide which way it wants to go with this candle, and they're gonna stop me out at 68.75, or it's gonna hit my target at 63.75. You're welcome. I noticed your absence. I was wondering. You and Vincent. Vincent Nieves has been missing. So for those of you on YouTube, remember we'll be back here. Well, for YouTube and Twitch, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern time. And for those of you on YouTube that are still here, and if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would appreciate it if you did. See if that stops down at the SMA line. The SMA line's kind of met it now, so we're just like, it's in this range here, literally like 2 to 3 points. The UG that's 6:30 my time. I literally wake up at 6 o'clock and I'm on stream within 30 minutes. This is almost comical how slow this is here. How long have I been in this trade? How many days? I entered this trade. I entered this trade 3 minutes after the hour, so I've been in this trade for 46 minutes, looking for 15 points. And we're finally out. Came back and hit my trailing. So, was a profitable trade. About 10 points or less with slippage. But it puts me up 1750 on the night. More like, probably like 13 after commission. But we'll go into tomorrow morning slightly green. We're up $197.90 on the TCP funded account. It was a tough night to trade, honestly, and the fact that we're ending slightly green is an accomplishment. I don't know. That the trade doesn't seem worth this, but there's the cha-ching. See, everything's popping up now. So we got out at the right time. I put my stop there, and it was a good stop. All of a sudden, everything's kind of popping, trying to head up now. One last quick look at the markets. Crude grinded up again. Back up over 105. Looks like we're going to bounce down, back down on the indices. But we're going to call it here for tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining me. It's one of the most popular night streams that I've done. I saw like 23 people here at one time at one point. So definitely thank you for the support. Back here tomorrow morning. Hope everyone has a great night. And we'll see you then. Bye. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, I'd love if you hit the thumbs up button. Remember, we do stream every morning on YouTube and Twitch from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. and every evening on ShareVision from 7:45 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Also, I'd love to have you follow me on social media. We're on Twitter at MightyOxTrading, Instagram at MightyOxTrading, and Reddit at r/oxmarkettrading. Have a great day.